Good evening, vampires, werewolves, and all other nocturnal beings. Welcome to Tiddies by Night, a Vampire the Masquerade actual play, run entirely by creatures of marginalized genders and presented by Tabletop Tiddies. What a mood. My name is Kelly, my pronouns are they, them, and I will be your storyteller for tonight. But before we get into the episode, we want to acknowledge the colonial history of Canada and how Canada has and continues to take from Indigenous people. The effects of colonization are still felt to this day, and we acknowledge that this episode is being recorded on the stolen lands of the Anishinaabe, Chippewa, Haudenosaunee, Wendat, Sequetmik, Apache, Musqueam, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, Coast Salish, and Cheyenne First Nations. If you would like to know more about the effects of colonization and support some Indigenous charities and organizations, you can go to the resources page on our website at tabletoptitties.com/resources. With me, I am joined by the investigators of the occult and unusual.
Hello, everybody. I am Charlene Bear. My pronouns are she, they. I go by Char. This evening, I am continuing the adventure of Octavia Miller, the Tremere, whose pronouns are she, her, and her lovely dog, Prophet, he, him.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rachel Theilade. My pronouns are she, her, and today I am once again playing Evelyn Stormloft, the Nosferatu, whose pronouns are also she, her.
Hi, I'm Casper. My pronouns are they, them. I am playing Belgium Jerry, the gang girl whose pronouns are he, him, and fight me.
I don't know if that was Belgium Jerry or Casper.
Roll strength and brawl.
Hello, my name is Emily Matchette. I use she, her pronouns, but have lately been trying it just any. And I play Imogen White, the Salubri, whose pronouns are she, her.
I'm unmuted now. Hi, my name is Dare. Pronouns she, they, they, and I am playing of course, as always, our lovely he, they, they, Leon Cavallo. Shockingly a Toreador, because Leon's good with words, even if I'm not.
Before we get into vampires, we have a sponsor to thank. Inspired to create a space that you can be proud of at Inspired to Create Shop, a small Canadian business supporting and sourcing their materials from other small Canadian businesses. They have everything to make your space as cool and nerdy as possible. They have cheeky and funny decals to personalize your walls and cars, and dishwasher-safe mugs sporting your favorite class for when you come out of a long rest. Roll for initiative with Inspire to Create Dice Towers and get one for yourself using our code Tiddies by Night for a discount at Inspire, the number 2 Create Shop on Etsy.
Tonight we will be using, listen, it's been a bit, Sirenscape to make our game more spooky and atmospheric. You can use it for your games as well. It is free. Go to sirenscape.com.
Jesus, that's some aggressive typing.
That is a typing.
That's Emily, I think.
Holy shit.
Okay. I can't take notes then. Sorry, guys.
Oof. I hope everybody is good with this content, because we sure are ready to give you all the clickety clacks of keyboards and dice tonight. But if you're here, we would really love you to spread the love to our friends over at Vorpal Tales as well, because they're awesome. Join Vorpal Tales through the digital looking glass and experience all of their terrifying tales and awesome adventures. They live for RPGs, maestros of horror, mavens of adventure, actual plays, RPG chats, and podcasts 12 times a week. They also create tabletop RPG supplements, and several of them are tabletop RPG authors. Their signature lineup of weekly shows includes Labyrinths and Legends, Candlelit Chronicles, Fantastic Fables, Tales from the Toy Box, Awesome Adventures, Moxie, Mythos and Mystery, Stories of the Supernatural, Pathfinder Archives, Terrifying Tales, and the Vorpal World of Darkness. They are partnered with a variety of excellent organizations, including Norse Foundry, Free League, Helmgast, Dungeon Crate, and Alchemy RPG, among many others. They have showcased a variety of games for both big and small publishers' Kickstarters and new game launches. Check them out and see what they can offer you. Go down the rabbit hole at twitch.tv/Vorpaltales.
Emily, you were making so much noise.
I'm sorry!
Oh boy!
I'll just
But it's okay because
leave.
I have to thank the fabulous raid that we just got.
Yay!
Erica, who was on Spontaneum. Spontaneum
Ooh.
runs also on Tuesday nights. I was lucky to be on that show during our break. Thank you so much, Erica, and the Roll D5 family for raiding us. We really, really appreciate it. And I want to let you know also that if you happen to have Amazon Prime, you haven't used that free sub, go ahead and use it now and get some free emotes. We have 2 new emotes right now available, fancy, other than our classic 3. And the money doesn't go to Jeff Bezos, it goes to us. So that's pretty good. Support the Tiddies with your subscription.
Just like
Back to you, Kelly.
Petit Bezos. Just to
Ooh, petite Bezos.
Petit Bezos.
Just a small Bezos.
Just a little bit. Possible triggers for tonight. Death, transformation, general vampire stuff, romance, and bees. I feel like now I'm just going to have to always say bees. If any of those things are not to your liking, feel free to step away, take a breath, come back later, or check out the VOD. Whatever you feel like. And if you want to skip the episode entirely, we have a last time on that will catch you up. Speaking of which, previously on Tiddies by Night, we returned to the scene of the big confrontation with Tanita and Albrecht. The IOU, kind of dazed, gathered as many clues as they could before returning to their office to await the Seneschal. Later the next evening, they were greeted by none other than Evelyn Lorelei Secor II herself. They pitched their case to her and explained all the clues they had gathered. Evelyn was somewhat pleased but flustered by the death of Albrecht and lack of any hard evidence against him. Because of that, she declared that she needs to give a gift to the prince in the form of the IOU office itself. The investigators of the occult and unusual are now Camarilla-owned. With this acquisition came perks. The office was expanded into surrounding buildings, creating an impressively large loft with several adjoining rooms. This included a 2-story library that Jerry wasted no time filling with books. Meanwhile, Leon and Imogen got to work redecorating not only the main office, but the dungeons below. They politely refused to make any solid decisions until finally the roll of a dice determined the lower level aesthetic, a soft wintry color with vibrant plants and flowers. Evelyn received the remainder of Albrecht's herd as a gift from the Camarilla and continued her reign as Harpy. Now, with a wealthier troop of spies, she was able to gather quite a bit of information about the other kindred. Octavia also received gifts in the form of a massive black carriage, able to comfortably seat 9, with plenty of room for gadgets and weapons, with a sleeping compartment on top. In addition, she received 4 additional horses to pull the new carriage, along with Fiend. Months passed as the IOU did public-facing jobs to restore their name as the premier investigation firm of the city, during which the events of Varney's visit came and went, and we returned to the present, where we see the IOU in their new office. I would like to know what each of you are doing, and if you would like to fill in any sort of information about what you've been doing in the past few weeks since Varney has been around. Starting with whoever feels ready. I feel bad putting anyone on the spot.
Oh boy.
Octavia walks over to Imogen, having just come upstairs from the kitchen. Imogen, I must say, I really love what you've done with the kitchen. It just looks perfectly splendid. I couldn't believe my eyes when I was down there.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. It was a pleasure. How is the garden coming?
I'm confused.
Well, that's new.
Not really.
I was just checking if you were all up there, darling. I'm just kidding. It does feel lovely. All the cabinets brand new. I've been loving working with that oven. Thank you so much. The ice box. Oh,
Right.
perhaps that was a bit of a mean joke because this actually did happen to you once before. But I was just having a laugh.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad that you like it. Put a lot of work into it, so yeah.
How have your flowers been?
Good. They're growing like flowers do. Are there any that you like the smell of or anything like that maybe I could get more of those ones if you like any ones?
The big ones by the door.
Right. Okay. Okay. Excellent.
Every time I walk in, it's just lovely. I think Prophet's been enjoying them as well. Hopefully he doesn't eat any of them.
Ellie, has he been eating it?
I mean, like, no. I feel like I don't need to make Octavia roll for that, considering the level of animalism and training with Prophet. Unless you've made... Are there, like, dog-friendly plants that you can make?
I don't know how dogs or plants.
Yeah, me neither. But I do have a question. Is Imogen maintaining all of the plants herself, or have you started to use any sort of, like, service or anything?
No, I'm doing it myself. DIY.
All right. Interesting.
Wait, why?
Just curious.
Dun dun dun!
Wait, no, I'm using. Wait.
I have to roll, bitch. I have to gather information so that I know what will happen in later scenes.
And my other thing, just to fill in what I've been doing over the last few months, I definitely think that I've been exploring more of the city with Fiend, as well as this brand new carriage, sort of as a way to gain us some more clientele as we're trying to get our name back out there as a reputable business, filling up the seance room with folks as much as I could. And yes, enjoying the use of the kitchen and continuing to offer treats to all our more human visitors.
Give me an intelligence and occult just for your general seance room activities.
Okay. Can I add my ghost specialty?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm just getting all my dice for this roll.
Oh boy.
So many. 2 tens!
Damn.
4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
Nice. Expectedly, a lot of the people coming in, their problems haven't been genuinely ghost related. The aftermath of the sort of influx of supernatural events in the city have caused people to become a little bit more superstitious than normal. But you have helped a few people recently. The other activities that Tanita was up to did cause a few genuine ghosts, and you have been able to give them proper passage. A few of them you were afraid would become wraiths, which are kind of the like hostile, angry ghosts. But luckily, none of the mortals who've died have gotten that angry.
Each ghost that I do help pass on, I would like to let them know to sort of like keep an eye out for my mom, who's lost there still.
There is during a particular session near the moment we are in now, you noticed a slight influx, not from the city itself, but sort of just like the ambient shadowlands around the city, and just almost like a dark beacon out in the distance that drew your attention for a moment, but almost as quickly as you noticed it is gone.
Oh. That's concerning. I'll keep tabs on it and hopefully gain some more information to act on in the coming days.
Anybody else have any plans that they want to enact?
I think Imogen church in a while. Find a church that she is more welcome at.
Yeah, I mean, you have become famous now since the activities of the previous church, which, incidentally, listen, we all know churches love having a celebrity around.
Yikes, yeah.
It is a struggle to find like your specific ideology. But if you want to just find like a place that you can pray and stuff and catch up on the latest going-ons, it wouldn't be much of a problem.
I think she has to find just in like that community, I think.
Cool.
But I know.
And considering that I think word never really spread about what happened at your original church. I think the father was willing to keep that a little bit under wraps, especially all things considered. You did technically do a favor, but you still kind of get that sense that you don't want to go back there.
Yeah,
for now.
not really.
Give me a quick charisma, and I'm gonna call this etiquette. That seems viable.
That's all successes. Six
Damn.
successes.
Damn.
6 successes. Yeah, I think you're almost getting like, what's it called? Like, there's a lot of churches in the city that want to have you around now. And a lot of them can't really put their finger on it, but you get the impression that it is due to your ambient glow, the presence that you give off. And having someone such as yourself in such a premier investigation institute kind of adds a little bit of credence to your group.
Cool.
Which is good. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Anybody else?
I think Evelyn has been kept quite busy with being the harpy. But I think she's using her new spies as she sees fit and they're very helpful. I think she also doesn't necessarily trust as many people. Not that she did before, but since Tanita, she has kept the information she gathers very close to her chest even more so. So I was wondering if I could attempt to go about finding another means of gathering information in the way of perhaps schooling a raven or something along those lines.
Ooh.
And using some of my animalism powers to my advantage.
Sick. You've been watching Sandman, haven't you?
No, I haven't actually.
Yeah, I think with your degree of stealth, animalism, and it being genuinely a raven, I think that you don't find too much of an issue. Just give me an animal ken and let's say whatever your best social skill is.
We're gonna go ahead and do manipulation, even though I would like to be nice to these birds. That's my best one. And because I have nothing in Animal Can, I'm gonna go ahead and rouse to see if I can add a little bit more. I definitely get a little bit hungrier.
Nice. I will note, probably since it's happened a few times throughout the months, you hear the sound of your sire, but you're beginning to suspect that there's someone else in there. They haven't made themselves known and haven't spoken up, but there is a presence near your beast.
Do I get the sense that I might know who is considering my previous action?
I think you definitely have your suspicions.
Cool. Awesome. Cool. Cool. Okay, so you did animal cannon manipulation, you said?
Yes. Correct.
Cool. Yeah, that's sick. That's 5 successes.
As you find your raven, you find just like the perfect raven. You remember Imogen's aunt and her affiliation, but you are able to find a raven, and through your animalism, sort of coax it into allying itself with you. And for the time being, you don't get the impression that you would need to ghoul it, that you would be able to have it sort of convey messages and stuff for you, but if you did wish to, you could.
I think I would like to ghoul at least one raven and kind of like have it be like, yo, other ravens, this one's pretty cool.
All right.
We should
kind of
help
just creating
them.
a swarm. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. All right. So you... it is hard to ever find a time where Evelyn is not surrounded by either a raven, a bee, or both. And it's sort of just become a hive as well as an aviary of sorts.
Hell yeah. So cool.
Cool. Jerry or Leon?
So Jerry is going to oh, sorry. I don't know what happened. Jerry...
Brain fart.
Yeah, so Jerry is going to start journaling. He's trying to write down everything he can remember about his sire. But he's sends it to Leon to be like, yo, I'm trying to write a book. Can you make what I wrote sound a lot nicer? Please.
I am your ghostwriter then?
When you say ghost, he starts like poking you. It's like, but you're here.
Well, see, the thing is, after your great story is told, they won't necessarily know I was there at all. Hence, the ghost part.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, if yeah.
I think that laugh is genuinely also just from Leon, as they just, you know what, this will be fun. Absolutely, I'd love to help.
Right, thanks, mate. And he spends less time drinking but more time fighting. So he's like writing and fighting. And when he's not doing either of those things, he just hangs out in the library reading about like silvery dancer werewolf thingies and tries to figure out. He doesn't actively go looking for Syphant Smith, but he keeps them in mind, like on a notepad on the thing, like, all right, that guy.
I think it's Hierophant.
Hierophant. Whatever.
Jeremy said it right, and I forgot.
Hierophant Smith. He doesn't act because he doesn't want to get anybody in trouble. He just like wants to remember that name.
Okay. If you don't,
That's it.
Yeah, the information you remember from Varney is that essentially Kindred are told to avoid him because they think that if he goes without feeding on vampire blood for more than 25 years, he'll die. So yeah, not telling anyone's probably a good idea.
Yeah, no, he's just like, I'll see that, mate. Eventually. In 25 years, if he's still around.
For information on your sire, give me a willpower check.
That's gonna be good. Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be very good. Oh, by very good, I mean not great.
Oh. The roller
One
coaster.
success.
I was on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
I think so. You do remember parts of your embrace, the Oktoberfest, the tent fighting, and you continuously try to loop through those events over and over and over again to try to fill in the gaps. And there's just something blocking you, and every time you try to think of your sire, it's almost like looking at her with the sun behind her. You're blinded, but you can see a silhouette. And I think as you write your book, you almost start to like impose filler based on what you hope is the right information. And I think, Leon, you start to notice this, that like a lot of the words in the book contradict each other because every time Jerry gets to like a new page, tries to come up with information to fill those gaps. And you definitely notice that there's none of it seems to really be the right answer.
Jerry, my friend.
Hi.
I don't. So one thing I've noticed while going over this, there seem to be a couple of, let's say, stories that aren't necessarily matching from input to output, if that makes sense. There seems to be a little bit of contradiction happening.
What do you mean?
Well, look at this passage right here. So as you can see, you mention, and I kind of go off from there. I'll know Jerry Lore to fill it in.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I'll see what you mean.
Yes.
It's stuff like it was 50 men or like 100 men, or like it was a one-on-one duel between another contestant that was being trained to be the childer, or it was like summer or it was winter. Like it's stuff that like even like looking at it, Jerry, you realize that you were making it up, but at the moment you kind of were thinking it was real.
Right, yeah. So, what happened was, so I go through a stream of consciousness. Wow.
That's canon.
Of consciousness. Great. I can't say that word again. Kind of writing, just trying to get it out. But yeah, you're right. Looking at it now, it doesn't make any sense now, does it?
Yes, and all of these stories, despite the contradictions, are ones that have still happened, correct?
I think so. Yeah. Well, this one's a fight. So that one happened. That one's drinking.
Are these
So that one happened.
are these dated by any means?
No, I don't think he would put down dates because, like, he would remember things through battles. He's bad with time. He's time blind.
Okay.
It's just like Or they got updated weapons. Cool. I'ma fight them like this now. Situation.
Maybe if we could write these down on a chalkboard or something, so you can see a clear line of the fights in your life, and maybe we can start finding the holes in them.
Well, yeah, I could do that. Well, yeah. And so, like, at that point, he's just gonna grab all the papers in no particular order. Just gonna grab them by the armful and just like mosey to the thing and just like set up a spot in the library. And he's like, all right. And he's gonna
grab some red thread.
he's gonna order them by what he knows about military tactics and like weaponry. So it's like they're using sticks and stones. We were here. Guerrilla warfare. We were here. Like that's how he organizes things, like through his military training.
Give me what's your best mental skills?
Oh yeah, because Jerry's got all of those. Mental. Oh, they're all dead even.
Of 0?
No, 2.
Okay.
Got some.
I think it's impossible to have 0 in the top skill attributes. I mean,
give me a let's do. This sounds like a wits. Give me a wits and like investigation.
Okay, I'll roll my 3 dice.
Give me 1 sec. 3 more because of the library.
Okay. Also, since this is like I'm addicted to I'm hopelessly addicted to fighting, and I know fighting styles, would that count?
Sure.
oh, Kelly's being kind.
I was not expecting a yes. I was just gonna throw that out there.
Punching the paper. Is this working?
I got 5 successes.
Nice. I think with some degree of success, you do begin to piecemeal together the narration of your fighting, and it's becoming this sort of, as you said, stream of consciousness, but in a linear fashion, where you actually get some of the ones before your embrace, some of the ones after the embrace, and it's starting to sort of like inform the embrace itself. You can start to see how your style and obsessions changed after your embrace. And you are starting to sort of like corkboard style piece together this empty gap in your memory of the embrace itself. You would feel that if you spent more time almost like meditating on that event itself, or finding like an outside source that may have more information, you have enough constructed yourself that you could potentially find answers.
Eat. Awesome.
And as for the what is it, silvery werewolf? As for the black spiral dancers,
there we go.
You struggle to find any more information that you didn't already find in the chantry. But as I said, the events in the park are rectifying themselves.
Jerry hasn't visited the park. He just wants to he wants to know what his friends are up against, is what what his friend is up against is all.
And there's just a lot of information about like parallel dimensions and spirit cleansing and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah. At some point you realize that your friend is in a different dimension and is fighting a battle that you cannot physically touch at the moment.
And that's when I get really into my writing.
Leon, I have a guess what it is that you want to do, but please don't allow me to inform your decision.
No, normal Leon activities, absolutely nothing out of the sort. Definitely not trying to meet up with Anastasia again.
Big lady.
Our note tracking app broke, and is just big lady every time that I open it.
I fucking love that.
You have to click on big woman to find out what her name is, which is my favorite part.
There's no information, just Bruja, independent,
Big
very big,
woman.
I love her.
That's all I know, and that's all I need to know right now.
All right, so
You
knowing...
tell who wrote that.
Okay, so Anastasia has the last time you guys met was pre corporate takeover, and she sort of let it slip a bit that she's intimidated by all the glitz and glamour of the city, and I feel like the sudden glow up of the IOU like kind of intimidated her a bit. But I do wonder what it is that Leon, upon re-speaking to her, has planned.
Oh, we did talk about going to... What's the name? The pit. What's the pit? The feeding... Is it the feeding pit?
Yeah, I never gave it a real name.
Yeah, I
I
think that was
forget.
his name. Yes.
Yeah, we talked about maybe getting some food at the feeding pit at some point. But, it's a bit... It's for everyone. It can feel a little fancy depending on who you're eating with. But, it's fast casual.
I thought you were going to say depending on who you're eating.
Also,
Also true.
Also
fair.
that.
yes, and.
Yes, and.
Ah.
All right. So you finding how to contact Anastasia, have invited her to the feeding pit. It is in downtown London, sort of one of those entrances that are stairways going down. And I feel like she waits outside. She is not going to enter this place. So as you approach Diana's feeding pit, you see sort of like trying... Every time somebody walks by, you can see Anastasia like straighten up a bit and look more proper, but has sort of like donned the nicest suit that she can. She's not too sure like if this place is super messy or what the style is. It's very much like that sort of outfit you would wear where it's like, okay, this can fit in a lot of places maybe.
Yes, of course.
And every time people pass, she sort of like settles a little bit until she sees you and sort of like straightens up a little bit more.
Nice to see you again. You don't have to be super formal around me. We're going to get food. There's a lot of private booths. You can dress down a bit.
Sorry, I'm not really used to this sort of access to feeding.
Yeah, no, I understand that. It's nothing special. The feeding pit's one of my I want to say usual haunts, but it's a nice place to get away from it all,
And you said that the proprietor just kind of like brings you people?
Yeah, absolutely.
For nothing?
Yeah, not for much.
All right. Well, after you, I guess.
Well, where would my manners be if I didn't hold the door for you?
Oh, thanks. And you approach, and as you open, immediately that's sort of like cavernous, warm lighting of the feeding pit with all of the various hanging draperies and hidden booths. And almost the moment that you enter, the pale visage of Diana sort of ghostly appears in front of you with her bloodied dress at this point and her leathery wings down as a cape. And she looks at you, Leon, and says, "Ah, Leon, it has been a while."
I am sorry about that. I honestly am. It's a lot's been happening, a lot of moving parts, a lot of moving pieces, but where would I be without visiting one of my favorite stops?
And you brought guests.
Oh, yes. This is I'll allow you to introduce yourself.
My name is Anastasia Fulmore. You can tell that she's like trying to get back into the British accent that you've seen her do like in the Camarilla, but feels a bit more comfortable speaking in her normal accent around you. And Diana says, "Excellent. Would you like somewhere a little bit more private?"
That would be wonderful, honestly. I do, once again, appreciate you as always.
Always a gentleman. And she will just like start to almost float through the feeding pit, leading you to a private seating area. You occasionally pass through other people's zones and kind of see them through the sheer of the drapes, catching glimpses of people here and there. A few you recognize from post Palace Theater sort of gatherings, but the sort of the polite thing to do is to completely ignore each other. And you find a booth. Also, thank you for the raid, Lost Caravan RPG.
Ooh, thank you.
Thank you so much.
You have appeared on a date.
It's getting steamy in here.
Date, that's a lot of commitment already. You're saying a lot of, we are having a meal at best.
You've been committed. This has been 3 weeks coming now, so I don't know what to tell you.
Big woman crush.
The seating area is sort of those like low, like fainting couches / like cushions and stuff. And Diana sort of allows you to seat and get comfortable, and she says, "Is there any preference tonight?"
For me, the usual is always fine. And for you, my dear?
Anastasia looks like we don't have to like go hunt it or anything.
No, it come, like I said, it is brought to you. Just what's your pick your poison, your preference?
Like I don't know. Usually, like I'll fight someone before eating them. Do you have anyone that you could bring to like fight me or something, or just just a normal?
Can we get the Belgium Jerry special, please?
Just like a normal person. Just bring a normal person. And Diana will like fade away into the drapes, and you are left alone with Anastasia.
I will say the worst thing about the person who guides you to a seat being a ghost, the apparating makes walking past people a little awkward. But anyway,
I don't think she's a ghost. That was
a little ghosty.
I think that was
like.
She might be a Zumichi.
I mean, yes, obviously, but anyway, it is wonderful to see you again. How have you been?
Just trying to make it in the politics. I've sort of been recruited into the Camarilla a little bit, and just sort of getting used to it.
Oh, how was the adjustment period? I assume.
I mean, it's mostly an enforcer role, so basically doing what I was doing back in America.
Oh, I would love to hear more about that if you would like to share.
Yeah, I suppose so. And you go on. She talks about various aspects of living in America and growing up there, and she is a very new kindred. You get the impression that very well she may be newer than you. And
oh god,
but is very came into it very well. Give me an intelligence occult.
Great. I have to roll in this game, so I can't just talk my way through it all.
This is more for information that you can gather.
Oh boy, wow. I am low on intelligence and occult, actually. Terrible. Can I use willpower for a couple more?
Yeah, you could either rouse the blood, which is just a rouse check for 2 more dice, or use your willpower to re-roll any of your dice.
True.
Up to 4.
I'm not gonna rouse for that. I got 1. I got 1 out of 2. Half ain't bad.
All right. You just get the impression that she like surprisingly came into being a kindred, well, but had to move to London because of the war.
Fair enough. Be honest, I haven't been a kindred that long myself, so I'm coming up on. This is Dare forgetting Leon Moore. Is it 20? Is it 20 or 40? My brain's jelly today. Either way.
Yeah, I was a few years ago. However long it took to get to London, plus a year, give or take.
I am glad that you're here now, so we can at least share in a nice meal and a conversation.
Yeah. And it was about that time that Diana brings the usual. Anastasia is a bit uncomfortable with it, but she seems to be more confused why there's no strings attached. I don't understand how, like, is she asking for something on the sly? Have you just never really thought about it?
Leon got and realizes that I've never been the type to look a gift horse in the mouth, and I assume if any favors will come up, it'll be something that I probably have to do amongst the IOU. I mean, that's normally how these things tend to go for me.
My sire kind of gave me the rundown, and it's been a while, but I think, if I recall correctly, the Jamit, her clan, they're only supposed to be polite for about 3 days or so. And then you're not really like a protected guest in their establishment anymore, but maybe she doesn't consider this her haven or something. But I'll be honest, if I don't see this gentleman again, I'm going to assume that she has turned his body into some sort of piece of art.
That might be a fun investigation to do on the side now that you think about it.
Sorry, I get really curious and caught up on things easily. I'm making this awkward. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I mean, investigating is one of, I guess, my job now. Anyway, I appreciate curiosity. It helps me examine the world in a way I normally don't. So thank you for your eyes.
Oh, that's true. You're part of the investigators of the occult, right?
And unusual, yes.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Again, it just seems weird that like you're just allowed to be out there doing vampire stuff on. This is gonna be pretty forward, but do you think I could like come watch or something?
I mean, at the very least, I could absolutely get you in for a sparring session with Jerry. That's no question at all, but I mean, I have to ask everybody else, but there's something to be said about the power of, hiding in plain sight.
Yeah. I mean, I think technically we are co-workers, I guess. We both work for the Camarilla.
Exactly. So, I mean, we could probably have some sort of intercompany get-together. At the very least, I'll run it by everyone else just to make sure everyone's okay, but I mean, I'd love to see you again.
What's that? Let me just check something real quick. You can see her like zone out for a moment, and then her cheeks sort of blush a little bit, which you would know requires effort to do.
It's vampiric flirting.
Yeah, cool. She made a decision to blush. And the evening continues. Is there any topic that you would wish to cover before ending for the night?
I think I'm just kind of curious how she feels about like art and the arts writ large. Any sort of art that she is like more familiar with, especially being from America.
Yeah. One sec. Fuck. There was a specific American artist that I was like, you're gonna be my point of reference. It's like Henry something. I don't know.
Kissinger?
David Thoreau.
I will say that she is, she's not like obviously to your degree of art aficionado, but isn't a slouch and manages to hold her own a little bit. She has her preferences. Maybe Henry David Thoreau? I don't think that was it. Anyways, moving
You
on.
have to tell us after break because everyone's titillated now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll remember it.
Yes, because Leon will absolutely not try to find a book to make poetry in that style. Who knows?
Sounds good. And eventually, your evening at the feeding pit ends, and you stand out on the streets of London once more.
Well, that once again was very wonderful. I don't know if there's ever any haunts you have here that you've managed to find yet, but I would love to see them if you do, and if not, we can always come back.
I mean, I was going to the third circle for a while, but I think my affiliations have sort of disconnected me from them for the time being.
Well, I mean, we can always do this again here if you are okay with it, or, I mean, that or we could at least try to find a little bit more about it, and maybe I'll start actually asking questions for once.
Yeah, I mean, whatever, as long as... I would love to do something again.
Yeah. And, I mean, I also, I may have, in a state or two, if you want a bit of a quieter night, just to sort of talk more without the air of the feeding pit.
Yeah, that'd be good. I would like that very much.
Yeah, well, until we meet again.
And you can tell she's like waiting and like puts her hand out like this.
Liam will absolutely take her hand and kiss the top of it.
Classy. And then she will walk off into the night.
Leon will, of course, do the exact same thing they did last time, which is as soon as they round a corner where there's certain she can't see him, he will just kind of quietly cheer to himself.
You hear, as you do this and sort of like sneak around the corner, you hear hurried footsteps rushing away. Like she just went into a full sprint.
Yo, been there.
And you return to the IOU. Everybody has been quite busy over the last week, and there's a bit of a lull in what the Camarilla has been asking you to do. They've sort of backed off a little bit from the public-facing, just PR stunts.
Jerry's gonna find Leon and ask him how his date went.
And
Imogen is all over that as well.
as you do that, Octavia, you sense a presence, a familiar one, but one that you've never felt outside of the chantry. And just as you try to think about who it is, there's a ding 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 on the front door, and that's where we're going to go to break.
Dun, dun, dun.
And I'm going to feed this cat who was meowing in the streets of London. So we'll be right back.
See you soon.
Good morrow, fine patron. Are you looking for music for your character, campaign, or Twitch stream? Does music move you like prune juice after a colonic? Well, here at OBP Musical, we write music from any genre, from fully orchestrated pieces like this to video game auditory herpes like this. We have singers from Les Miserables and Disney for vocals like this.
The heroes of the North, with them we'll sally forth. The warrior knight, the maiden of Ed.
Have a bard that's written lyrics? We can write music for them. So, if you want music that rocks, come to us at OBP Musical and get your rocks off. That sounded weird. Music and songs from any genre, from opera to country, pop to thrash metal. We are jacks of all trades. OBP Musical, music for any occasion. Birthdays, weddings, having a bris. We've got you covered when others don't. Go to obpmusical.com for more info.
Hero Forge is a free-to-use online character design application. Create and share your unique designs using their in-depth character creator tools. Order customized tabletop miniatures that truly represent your characters. Whether you prefer to start from convenient presets or fine-tune your character feature by feature, Hero Forge makes it easy. Best of all, designing, saving, and sharing characters is completely free. Visit HeroForge.com to start designing your custom miniature today, and check back often. New content is added every week.
I've been working on my Steve cosplay, and I found the perfect piece to finish it off at the costume shop. They have wigs, costumes, contacts, and they even have a cosplay section on their website for people just like me. Head on over to thecostumeshop.com/REF tabletop titties to get started. That's TheCostumeShop.com, spelled ye old way. Make sure to use the code tabletop titties with double D's to get yourself $10 off at checkout. Maybe I should make a Imogen White cosplay next.
Hello. It was Robert Henry. I remember now. So
The suspense was killing me.
Anastasia was a real fan of Robert Henry, and upon researching a little bit more, that's pretty on the edge. Like, she got into the guy like about the beginning of his career, so you know,
She has an eye for talent and style. She's just great.
True hipster. Like, I liked him before he was cool.
I mean, she is a brouhaha. If anyone's gonna be a hipster, it would be a brouhaha.
Yeah.
But yeah, that means she's either on the pulse of art or heard his name and brought it up in conversation to sound cool.
She's the reason he's cool. She's the reason he's famous.
Oh, hell yeah, it's canon now. Anyway, we had left off with Octavia. You sensed a presence coming towards the IOU and the faint ding-ding-ding-ding of the door as Jerry, Imogen, and Leon are huddled in a corner talking about the date.
I wonder to myself if it's Rita, but I will open the door.
You hear, Octavia, I wasn't too sure if you would be here or if this was the right place, but it's Rita from the Chantry. May I come in?
Quiet fist bump to myself. Of course, please. You did find the right place. I'm always here if I'm not at it.
And you can still smell the like dried blood on her, which is a little bit upsetting. But you also know that Rita like is rarely in the Chantry. And the rest of you see walking past Octavia a woman in very like not common but just very like well worn linens. She has almost like one of those apron dresses where the front is like a material and then it goes out into a dress at the bottom, caked in sort of like a dark blackish brown blood. Her hair is done up in a knot but is like frayed and sort of loose. She's got like tan skin and just seems to be like very focused and not presentery. And she sort of like walks in and looks around and seems like impressed. And she says, "Oh, Octavia, this I have not been here even before the renovations. It's almost looking like the Chantry itself."
Thank you so much. I should introduce you to our two newest recruits of the IOU. No longer recruits, our newest partners. Leon is right over here. I can tell from their aura of...
I think she's saying you smell weird.
I don't think it's quite... nice, wonderful to meet you. The name's Leon Cavallo, local toreador.
Rita Gibb. I am one of the friends, colleagues of Octavia. And I have seen this one before, but I did not get an introduction, I believe.
Yes, Jerry was in a visitor in the Chantry not too long ago. Must have
Yes,
been,
I
what,
believe
2 months ago, Jerry?
Right, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I think I stole Octavia from you at some point. And I have heard...
Oh, you're the little one.
Yes.
I remember you.
That's me. You must be Imogen. I have heard some things about you.
Yes, it's lovely to meet you. Can I get you like a cloth or something to?
Oh, she kind of like pinches it a little bit and like crusts on her outfit. No, this is several weeks old. Do not bother yourself.
We've got to get you cleaned up though.
It's okay. I will not
won't
be here.
stop until she cleans.
I insist, absolutely. Come, like, we must clean you up a bit.
You might as well. She won't quit.
I'm dragging her with
Alright.
me. I'm taking her with me. I'm gonna get her a new dress. Like, I'm gonna brush her hair. I've got to fix her up. She looks like she's a disaster.
Oh my goodness.
Roll for montage.
Yeah, while this happens, I think Evelyn was in Cloak of Shadows and will just apparate in front of, or beside Octavia and kind of quietly be like, "She always looked like that. It's rather concerning. Blood all over her, days old, or weeks old, I think she said."
Well, you're asking the wrong person, but I would guess that she must have been involved in some rituals, I would think. Or,
Yes.
I mean, the other end of the street would be some trouble that we're about to hear.
I mean, she always smells
curious.
the same. It always smells
Okay.
like she's covered in blood.
Okay, that's kind of what I was getting at. Was like, do you know if there's like actually something we should be concerned about, or just like this kind of just her vibe, like.
Yes, but I believe that you'll get used to it.
Very well. I was just wondering if we needed to be concerned for her safety is all. She had been attacked and was on the run or something.
I certainly hope not. Though I am curious why she's paying us a visit here.
Yes, it's not like the Chantry. You usually have to go to them.
Indeed. Perhaps we might follow up with Imogen, and I'll head down.
Let her do her thing. I think this is very important to her.
Fair enough. I'll wait here.
The entire time you were helping Rita find an outfit, she's like very reluctant, but like, all right.
I've given her a full Ali Sheedy and the Breakfast Club makeover, like the whole deal.
Yeah. It's like a bit
Just
of
covered in blood. That's unacceptable.
I mean, and as you're doing it, she's like, I suspect that you deal with this quite a lot, given your clan.
Well, coming in covered in blood?
Yeah. I'm sorry, as I said, some of you. Oh, I'm sorry. I've spoken out of turn.
No, it's alright. I just don't really understand what you mean.
The eye bleeding.
Right. Sometimes, yeah. It's yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Foot in mouth.
Right.
Just the two most awkward beings talking to each other.
You're both doing great.
Who is that?
I wouldn't worry about it. Sometimes she just. Yep. It might take time to make sure that I find her around like something that she's comfortable in, but that's not covered in blood.
Yeah, that's fair. And still not all tightened up, but like still working. She seems like she works a lot, and that's why she was wearing common linens. But one of your least popular dresses that you don't want to get super goofed up.
You can't just go around walking with blood covered all over you. What if someone sees you?
I don't leave the chantry.
Well, you did
very often.
tonight. Did anyone see you covered in blood?
I just don't think so. I'm very nondescript.
I think Imogen just stares at her. Like, I've been so careful. I learned how to pretend to shiver. You
Why are there-
cannot leave covered in blood.
Why are there no mirrors in this room?
Oh, look, I can't see myself in them anyway.
Oh,
Oh, but there's one down the hall that you can take a look at yourself
all
in.
right. And she will use that opportunity to do so. A good, I mean, it's the Victorian era. A good fucking 3 hours go by. And she goes, no, a good half-hour makeup
It's
montage.
fast. It's
Yeah.
just a real quick hairbrush and a dress change.
She comes back with her clothes like folded over her arm, back into the main IOU.
Oh no, I don't give them back.
What?
I'm gonna watch them. Like, she's not having them back. I don't trust her.
Oh my god.
I suppose I can have Octavia return them to me, but I came here for a reason. I forgot. No, I know why I came here. Please, let's go back to the main office. Octavia, are you still here?
Of course, please come in. And I've like set Leon, Jerry, Evelyn, and myself all like waiting patiently in the seance room with like 2 chairs left.
I've got like the chair like facing the other way, and I'm just like straddling it, just like leaning, just like.
Imogen and Rita like
Jerry's
come.
manspreading.
Leon is like needlessly posed on it. So anyway, like as I was saying, that I think she might actually like me,
Yeah, man, I think you got a good chance.
right?
I really would like to meet her though. The way you described her, I want to. Yeah.
Not tell me everything later, okay?
Yeah, we will. Yeah.
It's not fair at all that you told all the story without me here.
No. I'll tell it again. Absolutely.
Now, Rita.
Imogen like sits down in a huff now.
I'm sorry, I must have come at the wrong day. I can come again tomorrow, but I.
No, please.
Oh,
You're our top priority.
okay.
Books are cleared.
All right. This is a very haunted room. All right.
Thank you.
It's kind of our thing.
Just kind of like sits down awkwardly in a chair. All right. Right. So I need your help. A colleague of mine went to Ireland to find an artifact. He was visiting his family. They had found something, and they were going to bring it back to research it in London. I was the point of contact. I was to wait for a message around this week for when he returns, but I have not heard anything for several nights. I suspect that either the plus side is hopefully that he's found enjoyment hanging out with his family, but I suspect something has happened.
What was their name?
It was Ephraim Wainwright. You wouldn't know him. He doesn't spent a lot of time in London. But he was to come back on a ship, a barge called the Loch Dirge, I believe. It was supposed
Harry,
to...
you spend a lot of time at the docks. Have you heard of such a ship?
Oh. Right. Kelly, have I heard of such a ship?
Give me a wits and streetwise.
Is there such a thing as a help action in this video in this game? Just so that I can like be like, I also have spies that go to the docks.
Yeah,
and would be
I
able
would say that you can add 2 just for talking it out.
45. No.
45? Wow.
R.I.P.
I got 3 successes.
It doesn't sound familiar, but in that way that, like, it hasn't come up as far as you know.
Well, I met a lot of sailors. There's a new ship in, but I don't know the name of it.
Oh, it was, it's not its original name. It, I believe they named it, there was a whole ordeal of having to make it seem like, we were to receive delivery from Ireland. It was a cover-up to, justify a large crew.
Would I have heard about this? This seems like shady shit that maybe Evelyn would know about. That's wild.
Nope.
Wow.
Seems like, I mean, the Tremere are very good at keeping their own shit under wraps.
Yeah.
So, unless you get a Tremere spy, which would kind of contradict the entire idea of the clan.
Yeah.
It seems like the Tremere did a good job of hiding this. But if there is something wrong, perhaps either the ship never left or the ship hopefully did not crash. I tried to have a premonition, but it is less my purview than dear Octavia here.
Of course. Well, why don't we begin there? And Octavia, I raise my hands on the table, gesturing for everyone to join together.
She does.
Yep.
All right, clear your minds and focus on this ship, everyone. Feel the waves underneath our feet, the sounds of seagulls, crashing of the waves. Take a deep breath in.
Don't breathe.
Please just try.
Is this the?
I haven't breathed in 100 years.
Is this the performative one for the kindreds? Or for the kind, rather?
Exactly.
Right.
And then I'll use my premonition ability.
Ooh, go ahead.
Resolve plus aspects.
Like Evelyn sees everybody trying to breathe, but because she literally doesn't deal with humans because she's absolutely hideous, she's just like, how? It's been so long. It's just like bees just like buzzing instead. Just like, is this? No, that's not what I needed to do. Shit.
I'm gonna spend a willpower, which was worth it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Nice. Imogen is an expert breather, by the way.
Oh yeah. You have to like watch Imogen. I'm like, okay, so you move your chest up and down for
yeah, specialty breathing.
Etiquette.
Performance. As Octavia describes the scene, everybody feels the room get cold. And you begin to hear the sound of the water and a creaking of a ship. But you don't hear anything else. It is out in the water for sure. But Jerry would know this. You would be able to hear crew. Even at night, there would be constantly people on deck, manning ropes and whatnot. But it is eerie quiet. And for a moment, you feel yourself, all of you feel almost as if you are on the deck of this ship. The wind is sort of blowing, and you can feel the light mist of the water. You begin to hear something else. A crying. Distant and ghostly. And it's the only sound on this ship, other than the creaking and the wind and the waves. Imogen, you've heard this sound before. This is the sound that often accompanies funerals in Ireland. Something that, other than the usual crying of the people there, signifies the death, calling them to the afterlife, a practice in Ireland. This sounds like a banshee. And as all of you are hearing this and focusing, you get a sense of where it is. It's close. And Octavia, you recognize that dark beacon off in the distance that you had felt a few days ago.
Oh, no.
And you can feel the line cutting through London of the river. And you can feel sort of that crack, almost like feeling the crack along a sidewalk, getting larger and larger as you can feel it open up into the mouth of the River Thames. And that's where it stops. You can feel that presence where you are at the mouth. The ship still, and that crying echoing off in the distance. And then you return to the IOU.
Well, I'm not sure if he's on it, but the ship is both here and not here.
That is what I have feared. I would not ask you. It is perhaps very important that we get this artifact for the Chantry before someone else finds it.
What is it? Do you know?
I don't, but it did not sound like it was going well.
Imogen, I felt like you were deeply rooted in this somehow. Anything you could share?
Well, it sounded very similar to something at funerals. Like I would call that a banshee.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I think it was a banshee.
And these creatures, you've dealt with them before? Google's banshee.
Not.
No.
So, not dealt with, but and I hate to make this reference, but it's in the same vein that like your family would tell you about the Sandman. And like at your age and at the age of that we are in humanity, you would believe that they're real regardless of any knowledge of the supernatural.
Yeah, it's not really, I've never personally, just, scary story here at night, but it's real.
I mean, That sounds very similar to most folklore that we do deal with.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Perhaps we should head to the river. Maybe we can find more information there when we're deep in the thick of the feeling. It did seem like it was, I don't want to say stuck, but...
I was, when I got word from Ephraim, I was to send a convoy to Canvey Island. Perhaps if you ventured there, you may be able to gather more information.
Sure.
I would recommend perhaps not traveling along the river. Maybe suspicious. You have quite a carriage I have seen recently.
You've seen it. Excellent. That was my goal.
Yes, I've both heard, and when I got here, it's quite prominent.
Well, we don't need to travel directly next to the river. That's no problem. Is there anything else that you can tell us before we venture forth? Did he have any enemies? Anything that anyone that would want to make something go wrong for?
Ephraim is a scholar. He's very interested in improving his knowledge, and it's hard to tell who he is annoyed in such a exploit.
Sounds like my kind of fellow.
Yes, we may get along quite well.
Would you like to come with us as well? Or do you have other business to attend to?
My job was to send a convoy, or I'm not much for adventure, unfortunately.
Agree to disagree, my dear. You came in covered in blood, a Tremere through and through, craving adventure. But if this is not the one for you, no problem.
I can offer a boon or something. Honestly, if Ephraim were to be rescued, perhaps he would offer the same deal. As I said, I don't get out much. I don't know how much I could help at the end of the day.
I can certainly take a note.
Yes, I have heard of your recent promotion. Well, if there's anything else you need before you leave, please do not hesitate to ask. When would you be planning to leave?
Sorry to interrupt and not answer your question, but who was it that asked you to send this convoy?
Ephraim. He was going to Ireland, and I was just supposed to be available if anything happened.
Oh, I see. So rescue mission from himself. Or for himself. From himself.
Yes. I was given the date that to expect Loch Derge to arrive. And then a messenger would be sent from the island to me. I would then send a convoy to retrieve the artifact, and as well as the decoy luggage.
Well, it seems like this banshee perhaps has caused some trouble. Leon, what do you think? When's the quickest you can leave?
Well,
I do know your heart is busy here.
All right. I mean, how long are we going to be gone, actually? That is a good question now that I think about it.
It should take no more than 4 hours to get to the island, and then however long it takes on the ship.
Can we not be on the ship for too long? Remember not having great times on the ship. Docks are fine, but actual ship. Yeah.
It won't be sailing. It seems it is stationary, more like a station in the water. But
Ew.
If you need a companion for the ship, Jerry, so you can sort of keep your mind off of things. I'm certain that Imogen and myself could maybe regale you with arguments about interior design again.
What? Yeah, you were teaching me about that.
Yes. Well, see,
We weren't arguing at all. We were just having a discussion. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right, yeah.
right.
Amy was right. It was very loud discussion in the ear.
I
In the
feel
library.
very passionate about certain colors that meet. Color theory is important, but it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Yeah.
Well, no need to see how the sausage is made, Rita. We will get on this quick. And thank you for offering a boon. We'll certainly accept, of course. And
Yes.
I'll update you as soon as we can.
All right. I very much would like to get back to the Chantry.
Of course.
Would you like your clothes?
Don't worry about it. We'll get those all cleaned up and back to you in no time.
Yes, Octavia can bring them next time she comes.
Of course.
And she will like stand up and sort of wait to see if anybody has anything else to say. All right.
It's lovely
Oh,
meeting
wait,
you.
I got a quick question.
As she's like halfway out the door. Yes.
You want to join my book club?
Would you like to have it at the Chantry?
No.
No.
Perhaps.
We could have a mail-in review system.
Oh.
Oh
I could
yeah,
do
that's a
that.
thing.
Sure. Yes. What are you reading?
Right. What one are we reading now? Tristan and Isolde. Right. Yeah. That's the new one.
All right.
That was a special request.
I will finish that when I get back then, and mail you in a review.
Awesome. Right.
All right. I will see you at the Chantry, Octavia.
I just nod.
And she will walk away. And you hear diddling ding ding ding.
Deeply invest in this book club, y'all.
Getting more members.
Jerry, I'll see if I can find any of my herbs and smelling salts that might be able to help you when we're out on the boat. If things
It's
get
not-
a bit too hectic for you.
It's not seasickness, love. It's just reminds me of stuff and
Bit of the old
bad
nostalgia.
feelings.
Yeah.
Are you going to? I mean, it's getting kind of late. Leon just got back from the date, so it's probably not wise to travel this early to morning. However, that being said, your carriage does provide protection against the sun, so you could park and sleep in the carriage. But it's all up to you.
It seems a bit of cramped space, then, doesn't it? I'm like,
Perhaps we leave first thing in the evening?
yeah, I like that plan.
Sounds perfect to me.
All right.
I can get up an hour earlier.
I
as
have
well
no
to help.
objection.
Yes.
Does Evelyn get up later? Because it's a humanity thing, isn't it, Imogen?
Yeah.
We'll have to look into that.
It's because with my humanity I can get up an hour. 1 hour before sunset if I wish.
Regardless, you all venture back to your various rooms in this newly renovated IOU office, having a regular day's sleep. Can everybody give me a rouse as you come to consciousness the next evening?
Oh, that's a 1.
Ooh.
Ooh.
9.
Ooh.
We passed. I have
9.
numbered die, but a success.
I did not succeed.
Both Imogen and Jerry, you are greeted by your sire as you awake in the night. And you gain 1 hunger.
I'm always hungry.
Well, I guess that instead of doing helpful, I'm gonna go try to find a snack.
I'll go with you.
For this, I'm up an hour early.
Oh, never mind. Hey, Mon.
All right. Imogen, give me a quick composure and animal ken, and Jerry, give me either dex and stealth or strength and athletics.
Yeah, we're gonna do dex and nope. I'm gonna do strength and athletics.
Ooh, that is one success. Have we gotten rid of that second cow yet, though?
It's been months since that.
So, Imogen, as I said, you are getting more famous, which does make it hard to feed. Not only are you famous for your performance in the Palace Theater, which some select people know, but you also, the IOU has gotten to the point where like you and Leon are like recognizable faces of the IOU. So sneaking to a butcher shop is getting less viable for you at this point. And unfortunately, you sort of spend that extra hour waking up as well as dipping into the time as other people get up and are unable to find anything to feed on this evening.
Well, you realize that if sneaking isn't allowed, I'm just gonna walk in and tell them to let me drink a cow, and then tell them to forget about it.
I mean, go for it.
Let's see.
Guess what? Hell is free.
And I believe against like humans, it just works.
Yep. I mean, if you want me to roll 4 charisma and 4 dominate, I can.
No. So frustrated that you are not able to sneak into the butcher shop, you
bolts right in.
She's been hanging out with Jerry too long.
And you're greeted by a farmer who is sort of like packing up for the evening and sees you enter. And
Don't mind me.
Oh, you're right.
Don't mind me. I was never here. I just fucking go.
And you just like go and eat a cow.
And I pass my rouse for the forgetful mind.
And as you leave, just kind of like start bleeding from the forehead. They're like, I gotta go. Stop staying up so late. Are you killing the cow, or are you just?
No, I'm just getting.
All right, down to 1 hunger then.
Yeah, thank you.
I
have a feeling I don't want to be extra hungry this day.
This is like the the farmers are gonna start seeing puncture marks on their cows and be like, what the fuck?
It's fine.
Jerry, what did you get?
I got 4 successes.
All right. Was it on strength and
Yeah.
All right. So you're able to.
I'm not a sneaky.
All right. We'll just say that you're able to find someone. Are they gonna make it through the night?
Sorry, I just saw the Imogen the chupacabra.
That's where it came from.
Yeah. No, Yeah. Jerry is trying to be semi-careful, so he like wrestles with a sailor and like bites him, and then he's like, yeah, no, you were always this weak, it's fine.
All right, then you put yourself down to 1 hunger as well.
Danke.
As everyone else is getting ready, there is another ding 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 ding.
What is going on?
Why are you so busy all of a sudden? I'll get the door. I'm already out.
You took a while to go get food.
Okay, fine.
So I'll say, Leon.
I felt it.
Damn it.
You see, having entered the IOU, sort of like dressed in more like, let's say, combat attire. So just less frills and stuff, is a large woman standing in the door.
I missed her! Dang it, I'm so mad I missed her!
Looking up at like the double floors and stuff, just like utterly impressed, seeming not to notice you. My apologies. It's quite a place you have here. I heard word that you'd expanded, but I didn't think that it was this large. I'm sorry. Is it weird that I came the next day?
No. I see. The thing was, I'll be honest, because I was going to send a letter because I will be out of town for a little bit. So I was considering how to do that. Welcome to the IOU.
It's quite grand. I don't know. I thought maybe like I would come by and I would see you guys like doing a exorcism or something in the middle of the room. It's quite fancy in here. If you're going out of town, I can leave.
Is Jerry still in the building?
I think Jerry's out beating up a sailor.
Damn. You just missed Jerry. Jerry did really want to meet you. Not that I've said a whole lot about it. Anyway, we are on a we did just get a job, honestly. So I will be out of town, hopefully, for not too long.
Oh, I didn't know you go out of town.
This is new to me as well, yes.
All right. Well, I didn't really have. I don't have a lot to do recently, but I mean, I can go then.
If you're here to see an exorcism, and Octavia like flutters into the room, perhaps you might want to join us. Leon has told us only good things about you, my dear, and I would relish the opportunity to spend more time together.
I mean, I didn't want to impose, but I was sort of not looking forward. I was hoping I sort of just wanted to see what y'all do.
Plus, this way you can meet Jerry.
That would be great. I mean,
Evelyn just appears behind her and is like, "Do you want to see a ghost ship? We're going to a ghost ship." Hello, Evelyn. Nice to meet you.
Oh, she's a ghost ship sounds terrifying. Maybe I don't know.
It's embarrassing.
I'm so mad I'm not there.
Same. Oh, man, I'm just,
I guess it's up
stupid
to you.
hunger.
All y'all bitches did this to me in season 1.
I will note that Travis is here. Like, he does still work here. Just has a nicer desk. But, like, the last couple scenes, I haven't had him, like, introduce the people coming into the building, which is
He's doing a shitty job.
He's getting used to all the organization, but nevertheless. But, I mean, if Leon would be okay with that, I mean, I don't want to impose.
Oh, of course. Yes, absolutely. I'd love that. Yeah, hopefully that means by the time Imogen and Jerry both get back from their outings, they get a chance to meet you as well. I would love for you to meet the entire IOU crew, as it were. So yes. I'm rambling. Yes.
Do I have to bring anything to hunt ghosts? This is my enforcer outfit.
It's very enforcing. It gives off it's great. I look at Octavia. Is there anything we need in particular besides?
Just yourself and your strength. I hear you are a bruja. Leon, continue to regale us with tales of your expertise.
Yeah. That's nice of him. Yeah. I mean, if you're, I don't know where you're going to exercise, but I can lift things and take a hit.
Excellent. Part of the crew. We're about to set up our carriage if you would like to join us.
All right. Yeah, that sounds good. I've seen it around the city. All right.
Have you had a bite to eat before we go? Just want to make sure you are. We all like to make sure that we're, all rested and not the hungriest in the world.
Leon, please do help her out before we get going. The two of you go off.
Oh, no,
We'll only be a few minutes.
I'm good. There's I made a disposal recently.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. It'd be great to have you along for this little adventure. You can see the IOU in action.
All right, I'll just sit on that couch over there while I wait.
In here, Leon did design all of this interior. Don't they just have such lovely taste?
Octavia, my dear, can we have a slight sidebar in the kitchen?
She's like going up to drapes now and just like touching them.
And of course, as soon as you guys leave, Evelyn just swoops in and takes over for Octavia. Yes, this one here took them a very long time to choose for some reason.
It's at some point around this. Imogen and Jerry come back as you can all prepare to go.
Oi!
This is Anastasia.
Oh, it's so lovely to meet you, I'm Imogen.
Oh!
I'm regretting this already. It's nice to meet all of you.
Why would you regret it?
No reason. I've been invited to come fight a ghost, and I'm very excited.
Hey!
So you fight?
Yeah. I'm kind of. I've been hired as like muscle for the Camarilla around here.
All right then. You and me, we should spar sometime.
Gary's an excellent fighter.
I mean, I usually only fight when someone deserves it, but I mean, sure.
Oh, I've done stuff to deserve it.
All right.
I just give Jerry a hug. Like, give Jerry a hug.
Oh boy.
Evelyn's just like,
just teeny tiny, like 5 foot nothing. Hug.
How about
You alright, Emmy?
Are you?
Yeah. I just want to fight.
All right.
We're burning moonlight here.
Right.
and you can all get ready as Anastasia's awkwardly trying to make small talk with the rest of y'all. Is there anything special that you're bringing other than your regular? The way that I'll play it is your carriage is capable of carrying enough stuff that, like, if you think of something that you need, we'll just say that you packed it. So unless there's anything you want to bring up now, think about it and you can essentially have it on the carriage later.
I'll definitely bring my...
In case we need serenading.
It's fair.
For some mood setting.
oh my god.
Anyone else?
My bustin'. I'm bringing my Ghostbuster.
I'm gonna bring a journal, just in case I remember anything.
I'm going to bring a journal to proofread everything from Jerry's journal.
Not to write poems to your girlfriend.
We are just look. If you guys all keep it up, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Like introducing your new significant other to your really crazy family, like way too early in the relationship. They're just like, I gotta go.
Wait, hello there.
And William has recovered enough now from turning. He's stopped changing, which is very upsetting because he does not look. Is not good to look at.
I mean, we knew this was
and that's it. That's where he stopped.
Yeah. It's upsetting for everyone else. Evelyn's just like, yeah, that checks out.
That's it. But he has he's sort of become your second in command well enough that he can manage while you're gone.
Cool. Awesome. I'm going to grab, I think, obviously my sword never is left alone, but I'll bring a bunch of things to keep notes just in case we learn any juicy deets on the way.
Nice.
But otherwise, I don't really know what I would have that I would bring. I'm not the ghost person, so
The only person prepared for this is Octavia. The rest of us are going to just
go to
journal
Octavia and I'm like,
thing.
what do you need from us?
Protection,
Prepare
obviously.
for this.
In that case, you begin your journey. The trip out of London is fairly quick. Hey, it's pretty small, y'all. America's grossly big. Getting places around London, easy.
Yeah.
So once you leave the city proper, it becomes...
Prophet's like very excited. I just want to say, anytime he gets to go in the carriage, it's like any dog that gets to go in the car.
Yeah.
Prophet and I
having time
both
of
stick
his
our
life.
heads out the window. I'm holding onto my hat.
The cacophony of hoof print or hoof noise from the cobblestone streets eventually turns into dirt sounds. No one's got coconuts? Come on. I could have done so. Listen, hey, we're using Sirenscape.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Like our Foley?
I can't find one that doesn't have jingle bells in it, and it's very upsetting.
Maybe Fiend has little bells on her, okay?
There's a lot of horses, big old carriage. And as I said, it's like it can fit 9 people, so you have plenty of room within the main carriage. And following sort of the river loosely, Leon, looking off in the distance, you can actually see what is essentially a small castle. It is dim and dark right now, but you all know that Marguerite and Red are holding refuge there.
They're just holding trash up there.
They're
It's
holding
fine.
trash up there. You make it through small villages as well as like farms and whatnot. And this has been the first time in a while for a lot of you being this far out of the city. And it is eerily quiet being this far out. The trees sort of block any noise that is coming in, and there's no sound of anyone walking about. And Anastasia makes small talk, slight references about like the war and stuff, but seeing as this is the first time meeting a lot of you, she doesn't want to like divulge a lot. But Jerry, you do get the impression that you and her were probably like close to some of the same conflicts. She was more around like the Philadelphia area, and whether or not Jerry was around that area as well. Ambiguous war. We're doing ambiguous wars on this show.
Copy that.
Yeah. But you eventually make it to the small town of Canvey Island. It is sleepy at this night, or at this time of night, and you can hear the rolling of the waves. And it's almost peaceful. There's crows off in the distance. There's no gas lights or that, like, it doesn't seem like there's any electricity here to speak of. And against the pale moonlight off in the distance, out near the mouth of the river, you see very far away a small, well, large, but very far away, ship that is being silhouetted by the moon. And that's where we're going to leave it for tonight.
Go ship, go ship, go ship.
Ghost Ship. I'm so excited for Ghost Ship.
I'm terrified that I have my not girlfriend here with me.
I'm going to fight the giant lady.
I'm
That's going to
excited.
happen.
So good. So good.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. We wouldn't be here if y'all didn't watch, so thank you so much. If you did enjoy yourselves and you want to show your support, the best way to do so is by heading on over to patreon.com/tabletop titties. When you become a patron, you get access to a multitude of behind-the-scenes snippets, polls that affect our games, bonus episodes. We just put one up on there recently, our previous D&D one-shot. Once it's gone off of Twitch, that's the only place you go find it. So make sure you check it out. We also have a merch store. If you saw this show tonight and you thought to yourself, I just need all of the things that these characters could be on, like t-shirts, sweaters, pillows,
Oh, the
blankets.
pillow's too far.
Dang it.
Darn. You'll have to use your imagination, or you could go to tabletoptitties.threadless.com and you could see pictures of them and then buy them and then have them in your own house.
Whoa.
'Cause you should do that. Yeah, like that. Look at Shar, her book. There's actually going to be a sale soon as well. BT Dubs. I think it's the Labor Day sale. $15 t-shirts. Everything else will be on sale as well. So that's going to be next Monday. So check that out. That's pretty cool. Getting deals is always a good thing. Speaking of, that's one way you can support the Tiddies. And there are people who have already supported the Tiddies by giving us money during our Indiegogo campaign. And our shout out for this week goes to Joseph Floyd. Thank you for doing that, because that really meant a lot and helped us make this season happen. And literally, like I said before, we literally couldn't do it without you. So, yeah. Last but not least, make sure to follow us on social media at Tabletop Tiddies. And if you tweet using hashtag TTTiddies, you can get an NPC named after you. You can find all of this info on our website at www.tabletoptitties.com. And remember, when we say titties, it is with those double D's, baby. We'll see you next week. Yeah.
Yeah. Stick around. I'm going to try to find someone to raid, but it is late.
It's late.
It is late. Bye.
Bye.